So where every startup has a dream to go public. Hello everyone, Alex is here. Welcome to my channel, welcome to Investment Journey. I hope you're staying safe, I hope you're doing great. So this is the channel where I talk about personal finance, investing, dividends, stock trading, how to retire early, how to save money, and apparently about IPOs. So I decided to explore this niche of IPOs and share my finance worldview and all my predictions for IPOs for 2021. This is going to be a very exciting year for all of us. Not for us, probably for the companies. But what is an IPO? So IPO stands for it's probably overpriced. Just joking here. It actually stands for initial public offering. It's basically a process of offering shares of a private company to the public in a new stock issuance. And public share issuance allows the company to raise capital from public investors, like you and I. And the transition from being a private company and becoming a public company is actually a pretty big deal for every company when they go public, as that shows for all the internal private investors the actual value of the company, and also allows public investors like you and I to invest in the companies like this. So 2019 was a crazy year for IPOs, and 2020 was actually a record year so far on how much money was raised during all the IPOs. A lot of big tech companies went public in 2019, and a lot of them, actually most of those, were very successful and still very successful on the market. Companies like Cloudflare, CrowdStrike, Slack, Fiverr, Uber, Lyft, Fastly, Beyond Me, Zoom, PagerDuty, and they're doing great today. A lot of those companies actually skyrocketed, and some of those companies that we use on daily basis, things like Lyft and Uber, or we maybe buy Beyond Meat, which is the vegan meat, or Zoom and Slack that most of us used a lot in the last year. And 2020 was even bigger than 2019. Some of the big ones were Snowflake, Lemonade, Palantir, Sana, DoorDash, and of course Airbnb, which actually blew everyone's mind. I really believe that this year it's going to be even bigger on the IPO scene than 2020. It will be tough to crush that though, but we'll see. And I picked 5 companies that I think are going to be insane when they're going to go public. And actually there are a couple big companies went public last week already. Affirm and Petco are the 2 big ones. It's only been days since they're IPO'd, but they're really crushing. Just look at these graphs. They've been killing it for last week. It's actually pretty crazy to look at this. And I actually think that Affirm is going to perform very well this year and in the years ahead. And the main reason I'm saying this, just because the founder and the CEO of Affirm is Max Levchin, who is a part of PayPal Mafia, which is a group of former PayPal employees and founders who actually, after being at PayPal, they created and founded other companies. And let's just quickly go through some of the names from PayPal Mafia. Elon Musk founded X.com, Tesla, SpaceX, The Boring Company, Neuralink, Solar City, and it's going to be even more in the future, I believe. Peter Thiel, the dawn of PayPal Mafia, and he launched Palantir later on. Reid Hoffman, who is the founder of LinkedIn. Steve Chen, who is a co-founder of YouTube. Thank you, Steve. That's why I'm able to upload all these videos and show everyone else what's happening with my life. And Max Levchin, who was a CTO of PayPal, and today he's a founder and CEO of Affirm. I think he's super smart and very intelligent person, and I really believe in him. And that's why I think the company is going to perform well. Just my thoughts. And finally, let's take a look what's coming up next for us in 2021. We're going to be looking at the most anticipated and the biggest IPOs of 2021. And the first one we're going to take a look is Nextdoor. Nextdoor is the hyperlocal social network for neighborhoods. The company was founded in 2008. The typical platform use includes neighbors reporting on news and events in their neighborhood, and members asking for different service provider recommendations in their neighborhood. So the company raised so far around $470 million, and during the last round of funding they were valued at $2.2 billion, and that was all the way back to September 2019. An interesting fact about Nextdoor, that the CEO of the company is Sarah Friar, who was a CTO of Square in 2015 when they went public. Also, Nextdoor is boosting minority representation on their board, which is pretty good. So last year, because of pandemic and lockdowns, we are still in lockdown, company actually added a ton of new users. Only in March of 2020, the company surged 80% on daily user activity. So I think the company is very solid. I'm personally a user of it as well. Not super heavy user, but still a user. And the app has a really good neighborhood vibe to it. If they don't plan to overload the app with a ton of ads, I think the company has a great future. There's also one other thing I want to mention about Nextdoor, that Facebook actually just started trialing its new service, Neighborhoods. So Nextdoor gotta move fast to stay in the game. Or maybe Facebook can buy them. Well, they bought Instagram and WhatsApp. And the final two questions, when they're gonna go public? Sometime this year. And what's gonna be the valuation? Probably around $5 to $10 billion. Next one, Roblox. So Roblox is an online game platform and game creation system that allow users to program games that are created by other users. The company was founded all the way back in 2004, and then they released the actual app in 2006. So yeah, it's been a while. So Roblox was a very silent company for a while, and then they started to grow in 2010, and then they skyrocketed super fast and super high in 2020. And from the very recent news as of last week, Roblox has 30 million daily active users. This is crazy. They only had 17 million users in total on the platform in 2019. So imagine, they grew like insanely big. This is huge. I would say that pandemic played a huge role in their growth, but the question would be, can they sustain that? Or can they sustain a part of that? I think they can. Another interesting fact that the company should have IPO'd in December 2020, and then they postponed their IPO to the next year, looking at all the craziness that were happening in December with Airbnb and Nextdoor. So probably was a smart choice from their side. And there is another round of funding on January 7 that valued the company at $29.5 billion. The last time before this, they were valued at $4 billion, and that was in February 2020. So they X7'd their valuation just within 1 year. Incredible numbers. And the last two questions for Roblox, when they're gonna go public? I think as early as February 2021, so pretty much next month. And what's gonna be the valuation? Around $30 billion. So next one is Stripe. So Stripe is a services software company in financial services. The company primarily offers a payment processing software and application program interfaces, APIs, for e-commerce, web, and mobile apps. And Stripe was founded in 2011 by two Irish brothers, John and Patrick Collison. The company is primarily in business-to-business business. Their user base in 2020 must have grew tremendously just because a lot of businesses moving online and into e-commerce. Also, the number of requests they process probably skyrocketed last year as well, just because all the people started to shop more online instead of going to the physical stores. Another interesting metric to look here, their main rival, a Dutch company Adyen, they more than doubled in value since the beginning of last year. And Stripe seems like tracking the same trajectory here. Their most recent valuation is around $70 billion. This is a crazy number. Let's just hope that they're gonna not disappoint us and they're gonna go public this year. That's gonna be a hell of a day. So final two questions, when they're gonna go public? I think, and I'm pretty much sure they're gonna go public this year. I think it's time for them to do it. And I think they have all they need for a successful IPO. And second one, what's gonna be the valuation? I think it's gonna be around $100 billion. Next one, Coinbase. So Coinbase is the digital currency exchange. In short, you can buy and sell Bitcoins and other cryptocurrency. The company was founded in 2012 and now it's the largest crypto exchange company in the United States by volume. So Coinbase already filed their confidential S1, a document that says we're gonna go public soon, in December 2020. It doesn't mean they're gonna go public this month or next month, it can happen any month from now. So looking at the Lyft and Uber, for example, they filed their confidential S1s in December 2018, but then they actually went public in March and May of 2019 respectively. So who knows what Coinbase is gonna do? My prediction is gonna be somewhere in March. The timing they picked for their IPO is actually working really well for them. The Bitcoin is going through the roof as of last year and a couple of the first week of this year as well. And the overall crypto market topped $1 trillion as of last week for the first time ever. There are more news every day about Bitcoin and crypto itself than about Trump and Tesla combined. No, Tesla is actually a lot of news about Tesla, and Elon himself, that guy is killing it as well. So last time Coinbase reported their valuation was 2018. They were valued at $8 billion and is likely much higher right now. Also, they've been profitable for years now, which is pretty rare for companies that are going public these days. The only thing they need to carry with them is the crypto controversy, and not just for crypto skeptics, but also for public investors as well. So the final two questions, when they're gonna go public? I think February or March 2021. And what the valuation is gonna be? I think around $15 to $20 billion. So number 5 here, and I think one of the biggest one as well, is Robinhood. So Robinhood is a company that allows you to trade and sell and invest stocks on the stock market, and it's mainly for millennials or for gamers because they have a pretty good gamified experience there. But for real, it's a trading or investing platform for anyone else to use, like any other trading platform. And there are a couple of things they have that others don't. First, it's a free trades for any sort of trades. And second, their user experience and user interface is insanely great. But they also sell all your data and all the trades people are making to other hedge funds. So that's how they make money. Company offers mobile and web experience that allows people to trade stocks, ETFs, and options. And also crypto as of last year. The company was founded in 2013. The company raised $600 million in May 2020, and at that time they were valued at $8.3 billion. A couple months later in August, they raised another $200 million, and at that time they were valued at $11.2 billion. I think Robinhood has a lot of potential and is going to be one of the largest IPOs this year, even though they had a ton of issues last year, different outages and lawsuits and hacking sprees and all that. And besides all that, they have 13 million users on the platform and they're growing super fast. I can't wait to see them going public and see what's going to happen. So final two questions. When they're going to go public? Sometime this year. I would say March or June this year. And what's going to be the valuation? Around $20 billion or more. And that was my list of the most anticipated IPOs and the biggest IPOs of 2021. I'm super excited for those. I'm probably going to invest in some of those this year. We'll see what's going to happen. I'll keep you posted for sure. And thank you for your support. Thank you for watching this. Like, subscribe, and see you then. Bye. So my outfit here is a regular startup outfit.